from the IT support manager into a core embedded developer role at AMD, which is around 2x of my previous salary. I have done around 14 to 15 projects. Apart from the course, along with my instruction from the placement support, I learned Linux device drivers, RTOS projects that added a much value to the resume, and gladly I got the relevant question from the interview as well. Hi, myself Visnu. I have completed my BE Electronics and Communication Engineering in the year of 2020 from Nanda Educational Institutions, Erode, Tamil Nadu.
What were your childhood dreams and aspirations?
From the childhood itself, I have a dream about, I have a lot of passion about the technologies, okay? I have so many interest about how the electronics, appliances, everything work. I used to work on repair something like some little gadgets, turn upon the TVs, appliances, everything at home. From the childhood itself, I really enjoyed about doing electronics and little tiny projects. That made me to choose the electronics and communication as my background in the engineering.
Why did you choose embedded systems as a career? And how did you discover Emertxe's embedded systems course?
People think like electronics is like just a hardware. But when coming to the embedded system course, hardware system is not like a predefined. We can able to program and we can able to instruct everything through the programming language. I have an interest to get a job in the embedded system, but when I was passed out from my college, it was like a COVID here. I was not able to get into any embedded job during that time. But fortunately, I have in-hand job like IT jobs like Cognizant I have. So I decided to join the Cognizant. And after a couple of years, I decided that that IT job is not for me. So I decided to switch to the embedded system. I researched around various institutes in Bangalore, Hyderabad, everything. And I found Emertxe is a very good institute, and I have a very good feedbacks and placement records with the top companies. So I decided to join the Emertxe.
As a working professional, what challenges did you face while pursuing embedded systems training, and what motivated you to keep going?
The main challenge I faced was attending the classes and doing assignments along with my job. My job is like mostly on-site, off-site job. So my work starts at around the afternoon 3 p.m. and it will go up to midnight, and the class timings will be in the morning. So initial days, it was really struggle. I struggled a lot. I'm not able to complete assignments, everything on the time. But classroom structure they have and the motivation from the lab mentors, class mentors, and the placement support team helped me to stay determined and consistent to learn much more better.
How did Emertxe's embedded systems course structure help you understand complex concepts and projects?
The one thing I really liked about the Emertxe is like they don't teach even from various category. They teach mostly everything from the scratch. They are very good expert mentors, so they teach the topics from very basics. Okay, and if students are getting in middle any doubt, they put more interest on them and put some more time to explain things clearly. They may take extra classes also, extra times to mention the effort, and the course structure is like very different. Like they have a separate class structure and the lab structure. Whatever the topics we learn in the classes, they have separate lab mentors to help them implement the same thing in the practical lab mentors through the assignments and portals. And they have very good set of projects as well. So doing the projects, they help to clear the doubts and way how the project should be built from the scratch. That really help you to get the industrial exposure, real job exposure. So that adds the value upon the resume. As also, it will help to crack the interviews.
What was the turning point in the course when you felt industry ready as an embedded engineer?
After initial projects, 1 or 2 projects, I decided to do some additional projects. Before joining Emertxe, I was not able to do any kind of coding projects by my phone. But after understanding the class structure, everything, some additional projects I was able to do by my own within few days as well. So that really made me to build my confidence. Okay, I am industry ready. I will be able to crack the job with a consistent effort. That made me to build the confidence.
How did working on projects improve your understanding of embedded systems? Any specific projects that helped you the most?
I have done around 14 to 15 projects. One or two key projects I would like to mention is one is the MP3 tag reader project. So that project, what it implements is it takes the MP3 songs and it will read the bitwise fields and take the specific frames from that music files and it will classify the metadata and it will update it. Before doing this project, I was not that much good into the bitwise manipulation, everything and all. But able to through this project, I was able to improve my knowledge on the file handling, bitwise manipulations, and this project I was able to complete very quickly. And this is one of the projects that helped me to build a much confidence on that. Another project I would like to mention is this is the initial project. It is the part of Linux internals. So even though since I was from electronics background, I was not much exposure to the Linux systems as well. But the way the structure was taught, that particular Linux internal modules, that helped me to build confidence. Not only it is a bare metal programming, also about the Linux systems as well. So I was able to understand much about the Linux programming, how the Linux processes create everything. So that project made me to build its knowledge on both, as well as the bare metal as well as the software oriented knowledge.
How did consistent assignments and projects improve your embedded systems interview performance?
The Emertxe has a very structured assignments for each and every module. For consider, if we have a C programming, they have for every topic, whenever they thought, they have a very good set of assignments that was mostly asked repeatedly in the interviews. Solving those assignments by our own will really help to understand the logic building, understanding about the deep topics, everything. And the projects, they have a very decent amount of industry level projects under each module. Mainly they have five to six projects in the C language, DSA, MC. They have many projects. Doing extra projects really help to add the value to the resume. And some companies majorly has pick one project from the resume and they will ask to explain from the end to end. We have done the project by our own, that we will be able to confidently answer those questions and any cross questions asked by the interview, and that will really impress the interview and get placed. Some people think that why can't simply copy paste the assignments, everything. That may feel like a short win at the time, definitely not going to help in the long term run. In interviews, they may ask any kind of cross questions from the basic round itself. The initial round will be based upon the coding round for the many rounds. If we are not able to confidently implement the logic we learned in the programming, going to the next round itself is going to be very difficult. Okay, so and doing assignments is not like understanding a concept and just mentioning in the interview like that. So it will take some time to build. Unless you do the assignments by your own, it will be very hard to solve the problems in the first round of interview itself. So doing the assignments by your own will definitely build the logic round, and that will help us to crack at least the first round of the interview.
When you received your job opportunity, did you feel confident or nervous, and why?
So coming to my job, I got placed in AMD. Previously, before joining, so I don't have much exposure about how the interview, everything works. With the help of the placement support, I learned whatever the concepts I gather. I reversed everything from basics, and I gathered and prepared about the projects. But fortunately, I was able to crack the multiple levels of interview and landed into the job. It was even though since it is first time, I was with the help of the placement support, I was able to crack it in the first attempt.
How did doing Emertxe's projects and assignments honestly make your job ready in embedded systems?
So being consistent and overcoming the failures is very crucial things everyone should have to get placed, and the patience is very, very important. Apart from the course, along with my instruction from the placement support, I learned Linux device drivers, RTOS projects that added a much value to the resume, and gladly I got the relevant question from the interview as well in the AMD. So that helped me to get in placed in the AMD.
After receiving your AMD offer letter, how do you feel about your embedded systems journey, and what does this placement mean for your career?
I'm glad I got placed at AMDs, but the journey to get from an IT role to the dream job wasn't that much easy. Similar to the many people, I was also initially I have a doubt whether I will be able to continue this journey from switching from a IT role into the core embedded role, which is a drastic change. Emertxe's placement support and the mentors, everything. Once you joined, they will teach everything from the scratch, and learning also we should be very consistent. And whenever we feel down, placement support will motivate us. And even my situation, I was working as an IT support manager in the Cognizant, and I wanted to switch to the embedded developer role. It's a drastic change, and Sometimes I working along with the doing the assignments, everything, and doing projects on my own and doing extra projects as well. It's not that much easy, but one we all know, once we keep consistently doing certain things, it will become our habit. So initial days I struggled like 1 or 2 months, but with the motivation from the team and classroom structure, I feel like it was like a bring me back to the college days. So I stayed motivated and consistent. Every day I do, even though I sometimes I feel down, I was not able to do anything, I will simply open the laptop and do something, whatever I can, for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And after 4 to 5 months, it became habit, as part of my habit, and I was able to do things easily. So I started revising much deeper on the interview questions, previous interview questions from various companies, how the tricky interview questions will be there. I solved much lead code problems, and one mentor instructed me to do some additional learnings like Linux device drivers, which is apart from the course structure, also RTOS, based on RTOS and STM32. That really helped me. Direct questions was asked from the AMD interview. I was able to answer. That made me to stand out of the other people and help me to crack jobs. Finally, I was able to crack the interview from the IT support manager into a core embedded developer role at AMD, which is around 2x of my previous salary.